So hello again guys, so here we are where we left the last time and where we installed the system. So now it's time to move on with installing the PHP. We're gonna install GitHub, not GitHub, just Git. We're gonna install Zephir. After that we're gonna compile and install Phalcon. I'm not sure what else we're gonna do in this video, but just get on with it. So first of all, in order to be able to install anything, we need to log in as our root user. So I'm just gonna set up my root password. I guess you already know what that is. Anyways, so after a fresh installation of the Ubuntu server, I suggest you run update and upgrade, just so we can get this out of our ways. Hopefully that doesn't take that long. Maybe I'll do it off screen, but just see how long does it take. Yeah, it's gonna take some time. So here is where I'm gonna pause the video and come back once the upgrading is done. Okay, so here we are, almost ready. I just want to let you know that actually this is a very complex type of installing Phalcon. So if you actually go to the Phalcon installation page, you see there is a package cloud for installation. So it's just like apt-get install Phalcon PHP, and most of the times this will work. There are advantages of the way I do it. I guess with the time I will show it to you and explain you why I'm doing them. So let's just get on with it. Before we move on, actually I need to install a few packages that I'm gonna use. First one is Midnight Commander. Actually a lot of professional guys using Unix systems hates Midnight Commander, but it's very convenient for me, so I just use it and I'm working very fast with it, so just to say that out. HTOP is just to monitor the system usage. I need it for something, I'll show it to you later also. And tmux, I think this is it for now. Just install this crap. I don't know why my internet is so slow on my virtual machine. Seems very strange. Anyways, now before we move on, I like my terminal colorful. So for this I need to edit my bashrc, and you most definitely don't want to do that, but I do feel more comfortable with it. No, actually no, I'm gonna do that later, and because of the GitHub configuration, that is gonna take a little bit of time. So anyways, let's just move on with installing Git first. So first we need to search Google for Git Ubuntu PA or something like this. Again, I don't know if I uploaded or if you watched the first video. I'm just going through each and every single step. I could prepare myself and never run into trouble, but I prefer to do all this and show it to you, so once you get stuck, probably I got stuck as well, and maybe I helped you get out of this situation. So anyways, you don't need to do that actually. What I will do now is when I type apt-get install git, it will always install the latest version of Git. I always use it. Ubuntu doesn't update their packages that often, so I just use it on my own. This way I'm using the latest Git pretty much always. So as said here, you just type this, type that, and we should be fine. Now if we install Git, and it's crap. Just see why my internet is also on my virtual machine. This is so annoying. Actually, this is downloaded from somewhere else, so I guess it makes sense to download it a little bit slower. So what else I could tell you? The setup of Git does actually take a little bit of time, unfortunately. But once done properly, you see the advantages. So now if we type this, yeah, we get our Git version. Okay, so let's just go on and just download and install PHP. So in order to do that, we go to php.net, we go to downloads page, and after that, because currently Phalcon doesn't support 7.1, we're just gonna go for 7.0. And just select the server, and we're gonna copy the URL, and we're gonna download that. So we're downloading tar.gz file, which is just basically a zip, if you don't know that. After that, we just gonna unzip it, and we're gonna compile the PHP. Once the downloading is done, of course. So now to unzip it, you basically type this, and after that we select the file that we downloaded. You can see its name right here. So let's go. We're gonna remove this mirror because this file mirror, which I don't think we're gonna need. But anyways, let's just go to PHP directory. Now here it's gonna take quite a little bit of time and quite a little bit of explanation, and a lot of things gonna fail while we are compiling the PHP. But for this, that's why we're gonna go from the beginning until the end when the PHP is gonna work. Now, before we move on, we need to install, I'm not sure how this is named, but just see that later, and autoconf. Oh yeah, from the first time. So I'm gonna pause the video until this stuff is being installed, and I'll be right back. Actually, this is done, but I should have gone to explanation. Now what we're gonna do. In order to compile PHP, we need to set its options. Now I already have this predefined, but let's just go from each and every one of them. Now for someone who knows this, he should skip this, I guess. But let me just try to explain for those that I know what they are, what they're doing, and what should you know. Because usually when you install PHP, you install a lot of modules and you might not need all of them. For this matter, on my production server, I'm using much less modules. Actually, I'll just go with them and explain you. So opcache is a caching system for PHP. What it does is basically scan the file, check what variables you have inside, and if they're not changed, it uses them from the memory. As you know, the memory is much faster than the hard drive. Prefix is where this PHP is gonna be installed. I suggest you always put a proper naming. Don't PHP dev it, don't just name it test or something like this. Always specify a proper naming that you're gonna understand after that. With config file is basically where the PHP is gonna be looking for the php.ini. I'm calling ini file, but I don't know how it's proper pronounced in English. So this is where the path where PHP is gonna look for its configuration file. This is in case you want a MySQL I class. I actually don't have it on my production because I'm using PDO. Actually, Phalcon is using PDO also, but I do install it anyway. Curl, you can mod curl it in php.net and get explanation. I definitely cannot explain it. This is the PDO module that will allow the PHP to use PDO connection. Exif, I don't know. Calendar, I also don't know. You can just check them in php.net. Mcrypt is a module that I think they change it or remove it in 7.1. I'm not sure. This one I don't know. mbstring is basically for people like me who use Cyrillic. I'm not sure, but basically strings different than English. So this is multi-byte string, and if you want to use, for example, if you have text in Russian or Bulgarian or whatever, if it's not English, if you want to use str replace or something like this, you need this, as far as I'm concerned. Zip file, I use them because I also have php-admin for development purposes, and when you export it, it does require that. libdir, just I think here is where it takes the header files of the kernel. Enable sockets. Now this is an interesting one, because if you have your MySQL installed on the same server, you want to specify the socket of where the MySQL is running. You need this, otherwise it won't work, and a lot of problems comes after that. Not problems, but just a lot of configurations comes after that. I'll show you when we install the MySQL how we set the path to this socket. OpenSSL is just, I think OpenSSL replaced the Mcrypt. FPM is, for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna install Nginx on this machine. So Nginx doesn't have native support for PHP. It's not like Apache or whatever you called it, but basically it creates a new process running in the machine, and it spawns different workers for the PHP to run. Now this is something that you can configure. After that you are not definitely required to put it here, but here is where I set the user that's gonna be running those PHP processes. And I'm using the default ones, which are www data. zlib, I'm not sure actually. This one is actually so just check it. So it's a process something. What it does, it actually allows PHP to fork a process. So you can check this comment here. I think to say it does say it. Oh no, where it is? Where it is? Was it here? No. Oh no. There is a pretty good explanation about this, but I'm not sure where the comment is, where a guy explains why you should not have this running on production. Was it there? Yeah, my World of Warcraft started an update, but whatever. Yeah, so this is the guy who explains you should not have this. I will, because we're gonna install different PHP versions for different stuff, but I'm gonna leave it that here, and I use it for background process workers, because most of them requires this, and oh my god, this World of Warcraft. Anyways, because background workers actually requires this package. As you can see, actually I don't know the package name, but whatever, you need this if you have background workers, which we will cover at some point in one of my videos. So let's just copy that. Once copied, we're just gonna paste it here. I will leave this in the video description, so you can people just copy and paste it. The one thing that you want to change is probably this version of the PHP, and don't forget actually this part here and this part here. So let's just go with that. Now it will crash and it will say that it's missing something, but we will fix that. Just let's see which is the first one. There are a couple of them. So xml-config not found. Oh no. So what we do now is apt install this. I think this should be yeah, maybe I want to write install. Should be this one. Yeah, exactly. So 99% of the times, it's just like you need the lib and you need the -def thing, which includes the development packages for this specific library. Obviously PHP needs it for some reason. I'm not sure what exactly are there, but if he wants it, we're gonna give it to PHP. So we're just gonna run it again, and let's see what is the next missing package. I'm not sure what that is, but do we have OpenSL? Just lib SL with that. I'm not sure if this is the one, but it should be this one. I don't remember getting this error before, so we're just gonna find out which one exactly is missing. Oh, okay, so it was libsl, so libgirl, okay. Yes, so now we need to know which one do we need, but it should be this one. I know that OpenSL is safe, so just hope it's this one. And once again, I'm just gonna run the configure command again. Let's see if we pass that. I hope this is it. So mcrypt, okay. So it's up to you, really, which modules you want to configure and which one do you want to install. Basically, you have actually an option where you can say disable all, and you're gonna install just the PHP itself without any modules. So probably then this configuration will just run. But I'm not sure what you're gonna do with just no modules at all. Woohoo! Okay, so now once we install all the libraries that the PHP required and we are finally done with configuration, we can proceed of compile the PHP now. So for this, I'm just gonna show you something. What tmux does is allows me to split my screen. So you type the tmux command, you press Ctrl B and shift double quotes. Here I am, I have two screens. To switch between them, I press Ctrl B and the arrow down will go to the down one and the arrow B will go to the up one. So here I'm just gonna leave my edge top oops, sorry. And now here, to compile a C program, you need to type make. And as you're gonna see now, it's not fully raping my system. So in order to rape my system, we just gonna cancel that with Ctrl+C. We just gonna to clean an installation that you made, you just type make clean. So we start from the beginning. And what actually most of the C applications that compile, actually maximum allowed is 1 core, but PHP is written so well that allows us to specify the number of cores that we want to compile it. So we're gonna speed it 4 times because my virtual machine has 4 processes. I'm just gonna press enter, and as you can see now on the top, basically all my cores are at 100%. So just out of curiosity, I just want to see my yeah, actually it takes all of my CPU, as you can see here. You can check it. So basically we speed up the compilation of the PHP as much as we can. It does take a minute or 2, I think. So I'm just gonna use the time to explain you that what we're gonna do after that. So now we're gonna compile our development PHP version. For production websites, we're gonna use a completely different one, and we're gonna recompile it from the source, and we're just gonna install it in a different directory. I know that there were a couple of questions in the forum of the Phalcon of whether or not you're able to serve more than one Phalcon version. And this is how you do it, because Phalcon is binded inside the PHP itself. So in this case, when we have multiple versions of PHP on our system, each of them can be serving a different version of the Phalcon. But we're gonna reach that point pretty late, because there are a lot of stuff that we're gonna need to do first. There are a lot of Git configurations that I want to do, and I'm just gonna show you how to install MySQL. Basically, you have an option to install MySQL with just apt install MySQL, but Ubuntu updates their packages pretty late, most of the time, and actually I learned how to do that long time ago, because I wanted to use MySQL 5.6, which was not available on the older versions of Ubuntu. So I'm just gonna show you how to always run the latest version of MySQL. But if you don't want to do that, you just install the default Ubuntu version of MySQL that we have. I guess the PHP should be done quite soon. Actually, we can use the other prompt to install the MySQL. So to do that, we're gonna type in Google MySQL ft repository. Now my computer is pretty much dead at the moment, but it is what it is. What is this? Yes, I agree. So here is what you need to seek. We're gonna click download, and there is the secret button here. No thanks, just start my download. I'm just gonna copy this link, and I'm gonna download it here, not in the PHP source directory. What the hell? Okay, finally. Okay, so Actually, just go back to the PHP because it is done. Oh, I forgot to show you. Yeah, but oh no, it's gone. Anyways, it does says that you can run make test, which will run about 15,000 PHP tests that will check if all the PHP functions are working correctly on your system. But I don't want to do that now, so just gonna install it. Once you do that, as you can see, PHP is installing in this directory that we specify in the configuration. Now, usually when you install like this, the PHP, after that, if you type php-v, it will say something about the version of PHP, etc. As you can see now, there is no such thing. Because our server doesn't know where to look for the PHP executable. So to do that, we just gonna go to our installation folder. Bin is where all the in all Unix software, usually the executables are in the bin folder. So we have PHP here, and we're just gonna type that and just see if it's working, and boom, voyage, it's working. So in order for this to work, we're just gonna go and create a symbolic link. I'm not sure how the syntax was, but just check, and we're gonna put it in user bin folder, I guess, as PHP. Oh, okay, I got the syntax right. And as you can see now, our PHP is working as it was in the standard installation. Because Phalcon is an extension and Zephir is doing some magic, we're gonna need to add some additional links. So one of which is php-ize, and we're gonna name it. You have to follow this. This is very important. It has to be exactly this. It has to be named exactly this. And the third one that we need is php-config. Okay, I'm just gonna be sure that those files exist in my bin directory, and then there they are. So we just installed the PHP. One thing that you're gonna notice is even that we specify enable off cache, it doesn't say we use it. So to do that, we're gonna need to do one more thing. We said that the configuration file will be located in our etc folder, so I'm just gonna go there. Again, I'm using Midnight Commander, but just because it's easier for me. Now, as you can see here, this is the etc directory. We don't have php.ini file, so we need to go ahead and find our. I downloaded the source in my home directory here, and as you can see, probably just about now, no, there are the two configuration files for development and for production. I'm gonna copy, which is the F5 button, the development one, and just gonna press enter. And to exit the Midnight Commander, you press F10. So here we're just gonna rename, which is move in Unix, the PHP into PHP, I guess. Now we still won't have our op cache enabled, but to enable it, I'm just gonna find out the directory, which is like this, and we go lib php extensions tab, and here is our op cache. So So I need to copy this, and we're gonna edit the PHP file. You can use Nano or Vim or whatever you want. I'm just more comfortable with Midnight, as I said already. So we go at the bottom of the file, and this is where I usually put my stuff. Actually, when you compile the PHP, I think you can put them on the top, just so you always see them. But anyways, so opcache is a Zend module, and we're gonna type this. Gonna type there. We're gonna paste the full path. You always specify the full path. And opcache. So now, if we type this, we still see that the opcache is not working, which is very strange. It should be working. What is the reason that it's not working? Oh, it's not Zend module, it's Zend extension. Oh my god, I'm so bad. Okay, so yes, I guess I put a wrong name of the extension itself, so I'm just gonna check out. Oh yeah, I have a typo in my name. God damn it. It is what it is, guys. Oh, now, as you can see, now our opcache system is also working. So this is it for now for the PHP. Just go to the installation of the MySQL. Which was in my home directory. Now, to install this, actually I'm just gonna show it to you. There is a pretty good documentation about this here in MySQL. Actually, one of the few packages that show you a proper documentation. I'm just not sure where it is. No, it's not here. Is it here? No. Maybe it's this one. Okay, so here MySQL explain you exactly what you're gonna need. So you just need this command with the package name name specified after that. As you can see, so to list the files we have this, so we're just gonna I did something wrong. Yeah, I forgot to copy this, so we're gonna paste this and we're just gonna specify the name. Actually, one thing I didn't said, and I hope you all know it, but with tab you can complete the rest of the file name. So we just tab will complete that. So now MySQL asks us which version of the MySQL we want to install. As you can see, now you can even install MySQL 8, which is basically not even an alpha version, and currently I really don't want to do that. But later on, if you want to test it, you can install it on a virtual machine and just select the MySQL 8 version, and you will install MySQL 8 on your machine. So this one, actually I'm not an expert of MySQL, so I'm not sure what this is. Preview packages, no, we don't want that, and we can OK it. Now, to install it, we're gonna run update. What update does, by the way, is fetches the latest package versions that you specified in your repos. So now we're just gonna specify apt-get install MySQL server, and yeah. Now we're gonna install the latest MySQL version, and which currently should be, let's just check, MySQL server. Actually, a long time since I've been here. Just use Google. So it's this is the version that we are looking for. Also, here MySQL asks us for our root password. This goes to 126, and let's just confirm that. Because this is a virtual machine, I really don't care about the password. And as you can see, actually now already here, MySQL is installing the really latest version of MySQL. And if you type without adding the apt repository, you just use the Ubuntu version for this package, which could be old. I mean, it's not really old in currently today, but they do patch some stuff. You can check them in here. Yeah, this is the latest one that they patch, like a month or two ago, where you could, if you don't touch, if your MySQL configuration file is not root access, MySQL could change that and people could access your MySQL server. So let's just check if it's working. So we got connected and just show databases, and oh boy, yeah, it's working. So to exit this, you press Ctrl D, just like you log out. So MySQL is all set up. We're gonna have a little bit of problems with that. As you can remember, I told you about this with when we were installing the PHP with enable FPM, with enable socket. Sorry. So this is the one. But when the time comes and we start running some command in PHP website, actually, you see those errors, and I'll show you how to easily fix them in just a matter of moments. So now we install MySQL, we install the PHP and its packages. I guess it's time to move on to Zephir and Phalcon. How long is this video already? Okay, half an hour. So to do that, actually here I'm just gonna make myself a folder which is called repos, just so here I will git clone everything that I need, and there are a lot of things that I need. First of all, let's go with Zephir. Actually, as you can see here, Zephir requires this package to be installed in order to be working correctly. It doesn't really give you a proper response of why it's not working, but anyways, it does give error otherwise, so we're just gonna install this. It just takes seconds. So let's just clone Zephir. So to clone a repository, we go like this. And this will take some time, unfortunately. Just gonna need another terminal. So we're gonna need to sh as Phalcon for this IP address. Okay, so now once done, let's just sudo su to become root, and let's go to this place here. Okay, it's actually done, which is nice. Now, before we move on, actually here whether or not I should explain you about Git configuration, or just gonna leave it to another video. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it for another video. Let's just compile Zephir now. So in order to install Zephir, as it does say here, we're just gonna we're just gonna need to install it like this. You install it globally, which is enabled like this. Usually I have just one version of Zephir. If you are using multiple, you don't need this flag. So now if we type Zephir like this, we are using the latest Zephir. Now this is done. We're gonna need to clone Phalcon. Actually, I could explain you about how we're gonna fix Git while Phalcon is being downloaded, because I remember it takes quite some time. So let's go to our home directory, which is root for now, and now what we need is GitHub. Probably doesn't make much of a sense, but GitHub does have a GitHub repository. So do they change that? I don't know which one did we need. Commands, I have to check. Okay, so this is the one that I needed to search. Okay, I guess I didn't saw it. So we need this file. To download it easy, we're just gonna click row here, and we're just gonna copy this URL. We need to download it because currently I am as a root user. I need to download it here in my home directory. We can fix it for the other users after that. So in order to be executable, we just need to type like this and completion bash. Now I'm gonna edit my bash rc file. This file is something like when you type commands in the terminal, this file is being executed before the command, so you can type different stuff here. Basically, I have my already prepared. I will paste that in the video description, so you don't have to type it manually. I'm gonna type it at the bottom, and I think I missed a line. No, I think that's that. One thing to let you know, guys, is actually, if you're not familiar, always leave blank lines at the bottom of your files, so don't just end the file like this, always add another one here. I'm gonna save using F2. Here are the helps for the F's commands. So we changed that, and you can either log out and log in into the virtual machine, or you just source bash rc file, the one that we just changed. And oh my god, it's pretty, all blue-green stuff is happening. So let's just check if it's working, because I'm really not sure if it's working, because it's been quite some time since I did this. Now, as you can see here, we see the branch that we're currently on. So completion is definitely not working, which is a problem. I don't remember what else did we have to do. We have this. So I'm just gonna pause the video here and just think, what did I miss? Okay, so I think I'm missing a file which should be located somewhere here. Completion, and we are looking for git prompt. Yes, this one. I think this is the file that we need. So again, row, we're just gonna copy this and I just need to go to my home directory, download that, make it executable, and we're gonna just to be sure. So now if we go to our repo, no, it still doesn't work. So what am I missing exactly? I'm not sure. Because usually the tab should be working now. Should allow us to complete. Just gonna check what else did we have here. So that is strange. It's been quite some time since I did that. I wonder how I did it then. So up the following line. Okay, I'll up the following line. Did they change that? So it's not a directory, really? Oh, okay, I see what's wrong. Okay, that makes sense. So I should rename my files. So here we can remove this, and so we should move this file as .this, and we should move this file, I guess, as .this file. So again, oh my god. Okay, as you can see now, we fixed the tab completion. So if you have a different branch, for example, let's just check out something. Just call it test. And we can git checkout, and now you can see with tab the branches that you have. Now I'm not sure if you are able to tab back because we didn't. Oh, actually we have it as local branch. So again, the completion is work. I find this very useful. So anyways, this is git fixed, which is nice for me. It wasn't that much of a killer, but we install Zephir, we quant the Phalcon repository. Nice. So we should install Phalcon now. But before we do that, as you can remember, we changed our PHP to be compiled on multiple cores, not just one. So to speed up the compilation of Phalcon, or actually anything that you compile with Zephir, we're gonna open the source of Zephir, we gonna go to was it source? Yeah, they call it library, and compiler.php. So what here I'm looking for is -j. It does already exist as 2, but I have 4. And there is one more place that you're gonna need to change it. I actually haven't read this file, so I don't know what the first one and what the second ones are, but I just don't care. So I'm gonna edit it to my number of cores. So if you have 100 cores, you should specify it here as 100, but I just have only 4. So I'm just gonna save and exit, and that's it. Now, to install Phalcon for PHP 7, we're just gonna say like this: build with Zend engine equals 3. Hopefully that will work. Let me just check. Does it make any difference actually, this? Okay, it does speed things a lot. That's great. I think it should take just a couple of seconds to compile the Phalcon. Now we are compiling Phalcon from its source. So for my projects, I'm always running the latest version. So now I'm compiling the latest master version, which currently is 3.0.3. But I usually, what I forgot to do now, I'm using the one that is getting most updated. Here in branches, as you can see, 3.1 is pretty much updated on a daily basis with the latest features, but this could break some stuff. So maybe for the production PHP you want to always install the master branch, and for the development, what we currently install for our PHP, we gonna use this one. Oh, it's still compiling, what the hell. Anyways, while this is happening, we need some more extensions for our PHP. First of all, we need to install Xdebug. To do so, we go to the repository, we clone this in our repos folder. If I have enough CPU. Is it this done? No. And we wait, and we wait. Okay, so Phalcon has been compiled. I'm gonna use this time that we have while we compile Xdebug and some other extensions to check out to the latest branch. And now we're gonna compile it again. We're compiling now the beta version of Phalcon, so just so you know, otherwise you stick with master. Did we clone this? Xdebug? Yes, so to enable Xdebug, we go here. Here is a pretty good explanation of what you're gonna do. I'm just gonna make this configure as you no, actually I forgot. Before you can do configure, you need to type this. So this is the API version that PHP is using, and if you remember earlier when we compiled the PHP, we said which one exactly is this one. So currently we have just one. Anyways, we click enter, and now we can configure. We hit enter. I'm not sure if Xdebug is capable of compiling on multicores. It should be, but I never tried. I won't gonna try it now. I know that it's being compiled. It's compiled for just a matter of seconds. Currently maybe not, because all my 4 cores are busy with compiling Phalcon, but that's a different story. Usually it just takes seconds. So once this is done, we're gonna install it. We're gonna need one more thing for our PHP. I'm not sure how it was called. It's PHP Redis, but I'm looking for specific Redis. Actually, no, about Redises I will create a separate video about this, because there is a lot of things that I need to explain you there that I found the hard way. Yeah. What else do we need? Yes, we need. I'm actually using Imagic, but I won't gonna do it in this video. It's getting pretty long anyways. It's nearly an hour. Oh, finally. Okay. So to see the PHP enabled modules, you type php-m, and here are the list of modules. To search for Phalcon, you type this, grab Phalcon, and as you can see, even though we compile it and install it, it's just not there. So in order to work, we need to enable it in our PHP file. So like this. This actually, I can just directly edit this. So our PHP file. Okay. So Phalcon is not an Zend extension, it's just an extension. So I'm just gonna copy this. You have to copy it yourself. And we're gonna type phalcon.so, and there is we also need to enable the Xdebug, which I closed, unfortunately for me. And I'm not sure if it's a Zend extension or just an extension. Oh, so it's Zend extension. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna copy this one, and here we gonna type Xdebug. So we're gonna save, we're gonna exit, and now if we type that -v, oh no, something is broken. I messed some file name. What did I did wrong this time? Phalcon. What the hell? So which one can't you read? So Xdebug is obviously working. Just the Phalcon is not working, as you can see. So I'll just go there and check out what I messed up. So just load this directory to see if Phalcon is there. So lib php extensions tab, and here it is. So it does says the error on this line, so let's just check what is there. So here is the line number, extension equals Oh, 2 equals, oh my god. Okay, so now it should be working. Okay, there are no error messages, as you can see. So to check the Phalcon installation, we just gonna type this and we're gonna filter for Phalcon, and it's working. Okay, so what we did is we fixed the Git installation, so we get autocomplete. Check out tab master, which is nice. We compiled the PHP from source, we install it in a specific directory, we create a configuration file for the PHP in a specific directory, and we compiled the Phalcon on the beta version of it. So now we have to move on with the engines, which should be our last step for this video, because it's already really long, this video, and I have my doubts anybody will be watching it from the beginning until the end, but whatever. So we're gonna go and so engine sorry, nginx ppa ubuntu. We're gonna go with stable. I wouldn't go for nightly builds. I would just gonna say that's probably irrational if you do. So let's just add that, as it says there. No longer support. Okay, so we're just gonna press enter, that's fine. So apt update. You can install nginx again without adding this repository, but in this case you'll be running the latest nginx, and they patch a lot of stuff with on the stable branch. It should be stable, but you're always more safe without using it. But I haven't seen any problem so far with it. So let's just install nginx now. I think there was a full, but yeah, okay, so just install that. Our IP was something like this. Okay, still downloading. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video here just until it gets downloaded. And here we are, once it's downloaded, and I fixed my IP address that I mistyped. So now nginx is working. If we go to what's the default directory for this page here that we see, that it's so beautiful, it's var www.html. Now here we have one file, and if we create a new one, just go name it index.php. Here if we type like this, and here if we do it like this, as you can see, it doesn't really work because nginx is not the same as Apache. So the Apache module for PHP is usually defaultly installed for you. So I don't know if you know that, but currently it doesn't work. So in order to fix that, here is where it gets interesting. Now, first we need to create our FPM process. To do that, let's go to our PHP in our configuration file, and here, as you can see, you have this file here. Now we're gonna copy the default and we're gonna name it like this without the default, and let's just check what's inside. What we care here, actually You can overwrite default PHP ini settings in here. I think I never actually do it because I compile the PHP myself and I'm always writing the configuration myself, so I don't really need to. Here actually we don't need to change anything. After that we need to go to, there was a folder which is fpm.pid. Here again we have a default configuration. We're gonna copy this file and we're gonna name it the same without the default, and we're gonna edit it. As you can see, because of the configuration, this is already set for us. Here is where we're gonna listen for our connections. Now here you can specify a path to a socket. On my production environments I'm using different servers, so in order to make a load balancer you could change that into IP. So for the moment being I'm just gonna leave it like this. So I'm gonna connect Nginx to the PHP with IPM port, and that's it. We actually have to secure that, but we're gonna talk about security in some other video. Currently we don't care because this is a virtual machine. Here we can say how much PHP workers we're gonna start. Basically the more you have, the more performance your website will have. So this is a virtual machine with 4 cores, so I can say 4. And spare servers, I can pump that a little bit just to have the extra performance on my virtual machine. Usually this is a bad idea. On my machines, on the development server, I always have a lower memory limit, lower workers and lower spare servers, just because I want everything to be instant on lower machines. So when I go to the production where there is a big machine, everything is basically flying. Actually, this is per servers. This is how many idle processes there are gonna be. I guess I can pump it more. Just why not? We don't care. 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 Is there anything else here I need to change? No, I don't think so. Yeah, okay, so just saved here and exit. Oops, sorry. So now we need to create a service that will be the one that is gonna be responsible when the system starts or when we make some changes on our PHP to start these PHP processes that we just configured. That can be 5 or 10. So to do that I need to open a link. Just 1 second, just check it where it was. I'm looking for a specific file, and I'm actually just gonna show you this website because I'm gonna put the description in there. Here is a lot of other stuff explained, and what I explained anyways. But what we need is this. What I need actually, if you're that good, you can create it yourself. I'm just gonna check where, because on my server I place it on another place. Just gonna check where it was, because this this tutorial here wasn't perfect for me. Actually, they upgraded, so I don't know. Back in time when I was using it, it wasn't PHP 7.1. Anyways, just 1 second. Okay, so here is where I'm placing my files. So in etc system D system. Oops, and this is the directory I'm placing my services, my custom services. Later on in the other tutorials we gonna create a lot of them, because there are background workers, there are cron jobs, there are clear applications, there are tasks and many other stuff, so we're gonna create a lot of them. So here is where I'm gonna put mine for the PHP. So here is where we name it. So the file name is the name of the server. So we're just gonna name it PHP. What it was like this. So let's name it like this. So we know when we are restarting a service that is this version, and we're gonna use it for development. And the other thing that we should not forget is we should name it .service. Now what we need to place inside is what we have. Just a second. We need to say like this. So what we need to change is, first of all, as you can see, my production configuration on my servers. We need to change this to the proper version that we have. So PHP like this. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'm back. I paused the video because I wasn't sure what I'm missing. It turns out you don't need this page. Actually, I'm gonna post it anyways, just so you see additional tutorials. Maybe I missed something, maybe I'm wrong somewhere. It's just what it is. And here, what I messed up is the path, which is very important here. And pretty much that's it. You can pause the video here if you need to see something. Now, what we do is we call service php like this. Without that, we need to set start, and to be sure that it's working, we're gonna need to check the status. As you can see, I fucked something in the configuration, so I'm gonna need to go and fix that. And I think this was in the folder, which is named something like this. Yeah, okay. So what does it say? Spare servers and max spare server. Okay. So this one. Okay, I messed the shit out of it. So what did I do? So max children is 5 and max spare servers. Just go like this. Stop. In case it started. And status. Does it work? Come on. No, I messed something up. So start servers. Oh, that's why you should not touch the documentation. I mean, like, what the hell? What can be greater than max children? Okay, we're gonna pump the max student then. Are you happy now? Finally. Okay, so if we open the process manager now, we should see about 10 PHP processes, or I don't know, actually 4. Yeah, here they are. So, what we did now is we created a link. Actually, we just created a service that Nginx has to use in order to parse the PHP files. But if you restart your server now, this service will not auto start, no matter that we configure it. As you can actually just, if you type stat, actually if you don't know where the server configuration file is, you just need to type the name and status, and here you can see the file. So if you check here, we did say that after network.target it should restart always, which basically means it will start on reboot. But there is one other thing, is that this service here says that it's disabled. Now we need to run a command that I always forget, so I just have to check it for a second. Come on. Okay, just Google it. Maybe I know it, I just am afraid to use it. And we here have to type the name of our service, and after that enable. It was like this. Just check. Oh, nice. Okay, I guess I know it. No matter, I'm afraid to use it every time. So if we check the status now, the service is enabled. Actually, let's just reboot the machine just to be sure it's working. So here are our 4 processes that are doing nothing. So let's just reboot the machine and see this Q. I should have splitted this video into multiple videos. Anyways, so let's SSH back. Sudo, just why not? So if we type service php file status, it should be alive. Yes, it's there, and as you can see, it's up and running. And the processes are here, as you can see them. So the Nginx shouldn't be working yet with PHP. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. Of course I am. So to fix that, we're gonna need to tweak the Nginx. To do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and check my configuration, because I'm a noob when it comes to Nginx. Maybe you should not listen to me, but just for a starter, it should do the trick. I don't touch many stuff, but anyways, here did we need to touch anything? I don't remember. Actually, let's not touch those. We just go to sites variable, and here we have the default one. I'm gonna go with how to create different virtual hosts with Nginx in a different video. But for now on, this is it. Actually, someone left this for me. So uncomment that, uncomment this. So here they left us the two options. As I said, you could go for a socket connection when you're on the same server, or you can go to an IP. I made my FPM configuration with an IP and a port, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. And that should work actually. And just check. So currently it won't work, so every time you change something in the Nginx you need to restart it. But before you ever restart Nginx, just type like this and make sure that it tests the configuration and that says it's successful. So now we can service Nginx restart. And will it work now? Damn Firefox. It does work. So this is it. What we did in that video is what we compile the PHP, Phalcon, we install zephir, we create a service for our FPM workers, we also install the Nginx, and we also configure it to work with PHP. So this is the basics. In order to make Phalcon, actually just show it to you. Yeah, there are specific stuff that you need to configure in order for Phalcon to work. Just check them here. We're gonna need to configure our host for this to change the URL behind, but I'm gonna do that in the another video where I will show you how to create virtual hosts, because personally I work on one more website, so I need my separation for the stuff. I would like sometimes I need different versions of the PHP, different versions of Phalcon, and everything pretty much is different. And the way we just did this, everything is possible in just a matter of few minutes, as easy as that goes. So thank you very much, guys. If I help you out, do consider throw me a like on my video. Again, I don't know if I said it at the beginning, but this is my second video actually. So that's it. Thank you and see you.